yedwa.
now has to operate that accounts and face tax and such things.
Uma ke uzama ukuvula ke mhlawumbe i-business account lokho kuvama ukuchaza ukuthi umuntu oyedwa uyena ozawubhekana ke naleyo account aphinde ke abhekane ke mhlawumbe nezintela eziza nayo.
And then other opportunities when they are allocated to the CPA, you find that only
Ingathi lo mthetho sivivinyo ukhuluma ngazo izinto esizidingayo izinto ezingafana ke nako ukungenelela kweminyango
so that we can guide our CPA into success, knowing that the different departments are able to oversee whatever operations that are going to be on site.
ukuthi ke ngizoyivala lapho izona inkinga esibhekene nazo lezo ngiyabonga.
He didn't tell us whether he supports or not support the bill.
Awuzange usasho umnumzane ukuthi uyaseka noma uweseki na umthetho sivivinyo.
Your 3 minutes is up. I'll knock here and warn that your 3 minutes is up. I've compromised also in being the first speaker. Now,
Ngiye ngamnikeza ke nje ithutshana lona ngokubuye ngoqala uma kwenzeka kuba ukuthi ke mhlawumbe usuyedlula esikhathini ngizawungqongqoza nje lapha ukuyokwazisa ukuthi isikhathi sakho sesiphelile.
remember that we have said many issues that relate to our problems are going to be submitted in writing to the officials of the department.
Nikhumbule futhi ukuthi sesivezile ukuthi ke ezinye zezinkinga eziningi zingabhalwa zidluliselwe lapha kubasebenzi base parliament. Ungaqhubeka.
Good morning, everyone.
Ngibingelela wonke umuntu.
My name is Thulani Mbuli.
Igama lami nguThulani Mbuli.
I'm from Emalahleni CPA.
Ngiqhamuka eMarubeni CPA.
The guy that just spoke now, Nkosinathi Mbuli, is my brother.
Lensizwa eqeda kubeka nje ngubhuti wami.
I'm a chairperson in Emalahleni CPA.
Imina usihlalo weMarubeni CPA.
Mostly, I would like to thank the department for actually giving land to the people.
Okokuqala nje ngingaqala ngibonge umnyango ngokunikeza ke umhlaba kubantu.
What I would like to
Nje umnyango
there's things that we as chairpersons struggle with.
Kunezinto ke thina njengosihlalo esiba nenkinga nazo.
Lack of training to our members.
Ukushoda ke noma kungabe bikho koqeqesho kumalunga ethu.
Corruption.
Inkohlakalo.
And also the understanding of what exactly is a CPA.
Kanti ke nokuqonda kahle kahle ukuthi yini kahle kahle iCPA.
Also, I just want to say I do agree with the bill.
Ngiphinde ngisho futhi noma ngikuveza ukuthi ke ngiyavumelana nalomthetho sivivinyo.
And I would also appreciate if there can be face to face with the farmers that are on site.
Ngiphinde ke ngikuveza ukuthi ke kungayinto enhle mhlawumbe ukuthi ke kuditshwane ubuso nobuso nabalimi abalapha emaplazini.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Also remember to tell us which municipality you come from.
nikhumbule ke mhlawumbe nokusho ukuthi ngabe niqhamuka kumuphi umasipala.
And if you have issues about the land issues, CPAs and problems, while you are still listening here, please don't delay. You can write or go and submit them to the table there because we want to resolve them in Parliament very soon.
Nje mangabe ke ukuthi ninezinkinga ngabe ke ezomhlaba noma ama CPAs ningachithi isikhathi njengoba sisaqhubeka silalela lapha ningazibhala phansi niyozethula lapha sifuna ukuqinisekisa ukuthi ke ziyafika lapha eParliament.
Let's proceed.
Singaqhubeka.
Sanibonani ukhulumayo uJanuary Madisa.
Greetings. Speaking here is January Madisa.
Ngivela eVaterval Farm.
I'm from Waterfall Farm,
JS 230.
JS 230.
Kakhulu ngijabula kakhulu manike nafika namuhla ngoba sibhlungu kakhulu thina bahlali baseplazini.
I'm very happy that you are here today because we are very unhappy as workers and farm dwellers.
Ngoba thina sibantu abafuyile besiziphilisa ngokufuya nokulima imrogo.
Because we are people who sustain ourselves through farming livestock and some plants.
Before 1910 umkhulu bebantu basebenza bashiye basebenza nathi saqhubeka njengoba basebenza but kuthe last year kwaba bhlungu kwafika belungu ba delete yonke lento besiyenza bakhipha ama pipe esithelela ngawo izitshalo bashisa konke la besidisela khona izinkomo.
Before we were working and when the other people who were there before left, they left us to continue to work, but at some point some white people came and it all changed. They removed the pipes. They also bent our grazing fields whilst the stock, livestock was inside. They took out the trenches so that we cannot have access to them.
So into eziningi ezenzekile basikhiphela amaphepha baforge ama ID number wethu bangasazi nokusazi.
A lot of things have happened. They created some documents, forged even our ID numbers, whereas they do not even know us.
So into eziningi nokusayinela iphepha legezi they refuse.
They also refused to sign for the electricity. There are a lot of painful things that are happening there. I'm not able to speak to all of them. Currently, we are unable to do anything. Our livestock is dying and we can't do anything.
So
Assistance. Prior to the land department, they come running. And we are not able to sustain ourselves or to carry on with our lives. I thank you very much.
Greetings. I am Dr. Gabriel Ngomani.
Ngifama yala Emalahleni.
I'm a farmer of Emalahleni.
Ngifama ngestock ibreeder iBonsmara.
Ngifuyeke amaBonsmara,
Kalahari goats,
Kalahari goats,
bullbox, and Boran.
namaPuran.
Ngizwe ngine question nje one kumama lo bayela.
Ngizwe umbuzo owodwa nje kumama bekala.
Uthi bazo checka ukuthi ama plaza wethu are suitable ukuthi angatshala lento noma afuye lento ekhona lapha eplazini.
She said they are going to verify as to whether our farms are suitable for us to plant whatever is in our farms.
Uzowenza kanjani uma I'm well established, like I'm having nearly 1,000 cattle, allocate me or bazowenza kanjani?
Kuzokwenzakalani ke or what's going to happen uma bathola ukuthi njengami ngifuye inkomo cishe eziyinkulungwane ngabe bazongithatha bayongibeka kwenye indawo ukuze bahlole ukuthi isimo sokuthi kungatshalwa lapho kungenzeka na. How are they going to do that?
Okwesibili, I'm concerning Department of Agriculture
Secondly, I am concerned with the departments of the agriculture
because I collapse.
because they are collapsing.
Since the past 2 years, angakaboni officially agriculture is a plazilam.
For the past 2 years, I've never seen any official from the department coming to my farm.
And yazi ukuthi kune climate change.
And I'm aware that there is climate change.
Amavet fanele ngaba yasivakashela as advisor now and then, but nowhere to be found.
Vets are supposed to visit us, but they are nowhere to be found.
Although I support le bill,
Nanoma ke ngiyisupporta le bill.
akungabi umlomo kuphela. They must act. They must come to our farms because we are suffering.
Logo shouldn't be just, verbally, but we need to see people acting because we are suffering.
Ama-farm wethu ayasha,
Our farms are being banned,
but government support even nge-feed in winter, and then it's a problem to us.
the government does not even support us with the feed.
And
Now
then-
it's winter, there is no form of assistance.
Thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Ngiyathokoza bengiyalotshisa phakathi
Greetings.
wonke nabakhona ngaphakathi.
I greet everybody who's in here.
Mina nginguRoman okwamthimunye. Roman Mthimunye.
My name is Roman Timunya
Ngivela eThembisile.
from Tembisile municipality.
Ngingumlimi endaweni yase Tyfontein under Blesbokfontein.
I'm a farmer in
Tyfontein.
Tyfontein under Blesbok,
What unit number 143.
unit number 143.
Mina ngisikime ngokubonga ukuthi umbuso ogcina sikimile uze phambi kwethu. Ngiyathemba ukuthi basibizele khona lana esikuzelela bazasenzela okukhanyayo.
I'm happy that government has finally visited us, and I have trust that they will assist us with what we need.
Ngingumlimi ngibhura ngembuzi,
As a farmer, I have goats,
izimvu,
sheep,
inkomo,
cattle,
futhi ngiyalima.
and I farm also.
Yeah. Then ngilima njalo ngine more than 100 hectares elinywa. Elinywe okunje.
Come again.
Ngilima njalo ngina more than 100 hectares engilimile kulonyaka.
I have more than 100 hectares that I have cultivated this year.
Then nje isikhathi sokuvuna.
This is harvest time.
Ngivuna nginevalo lokuthi nangiyokuthoma ukuprepare ukulima kulonyaka ngiyokulima njani ngine shortage.
My fear is that as I harvest, I'm already thinking about preparation for cultivation. How am I gonna go about this? Because I have shortage.
Bengiyaxolisa ngokunye ngikhohlwa emuva ukubonga Department of Agriculture umfakela ebenawo ekulimeni.
I also want to thank the Department of Agriculture for the contribution they have made in farming.
Yeah, ikinga enginayo kungakaphathi iphepha lokuthi ngiberegise ngendlela right iplus.
My only problem is that I don't have an official document to own or work on the farm.
Do you think a title deed or a contract asinayo emaplasini?
I don't have a title deed, I don't even have a contract.
Then bese isipha ikinga ngoba kuna besakhe nabo phambili emaplasini.
This creates a problem for us. There are people we used to stay with on that farm.
Then bona ke basukile basema kuma trust then bayiclaimile indawo bathola lokho bakutholeleke embusweni.
They went to stay in some trusts. Now they have made claims on the very farms we are staying on, and they have received
Ngithi kujama umnotho awazi umuntu ubereke njani.
from time to time as I were workings, and that disturbs us and disturbs the flow of economy.
Then ikinga esinayo kukhulu ma contract or I title deed.
Request.
Ngiyathokoza.
Thank you.
Party, Nebesebukhosini.
Greetings to you all, also greetings to the House of Traditional Leaders.
Bonke abazihluphileko ukuthi kufikwe namuhla.
Everybody who's here.
Okuningi uba umthimunye sekakudlulisile.
The previous speaker has covered a lot of what I'm going to say.
Ngendaba zamakapros, angazi government. Uyayazi inkinga yamakapros. Fana nokuthi amakapros angazi bazwisisa be department. Ngitabuka ngibuya GR 461 eTaipantini.
I'm from GR 461,
eTaipantini Tembisilani.
Tembisilehani.
Kula kunamakapros khona. Uthi amafama wangandi babiza amakapros ngefamara yangandi.
The type of farms that they have, they call them SALA, amakapos.
Remember the name? Your name.
Lucas Ogambonani.
Lucas Mbonani is my name.
So sistakile sifana njengabantu abahlobisile emaplasini ngoba le ndaba yamakapros ngongabalela yonke iminyango. Fana
We are stuck on the farms where we are because we don't have official documents.
fana nengane zethu zi lose interest ku farming.
And our children are even losing interest on farming.
Ngoba kulizwe ukuthi
Them to see that the farming program is,
sikwazi singazi ukuthi nathi sizawuncedeka na.
we are not happy, we don't know if we will get help.
Bengabonga kakhulu ukuthi
I'll be very grateful.
ngoba kwamanje awazi ukuthi urun ifarm ngento ikhiqizayo lapho. Kumele kube nemali oyithola eceleni.
You must have money on the side for production on what you are farming.
Enesilimaza kakhulu.
And this is problematic to us.
Bangavakashela wonke amaplaza sithembisile afile.
You can visit all farms in the Tembisile municipality, they have collapsed.
They collapsed. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before you proceed, let me remind members that there's quite a number of people who have issues like lease and other problems with the land, which have to be resolved. It will be important that you take them to that table so that immediately we go back to Parliament, we're able to say this issue was raised there, why is not resolved? Because once it is recorded, it is important because this committee is going to have the department accountable and have them answer why this has not been resolved.
Ngaphambi koba nasirakele phambili siyabona ukuthi banengi abantu abanemiraro ngamaphepha wamasimu namaplasi. Siyabawa ukuthi intshijilo zenu nizise lapha etafuleni zihlolwe phasi ngoba thina njengekomiti sizoyilandelela indaba le emnyangweni. Sithokoze.
Ngithanda ukubingelela abaphathi bami.
I greet the authorities,
I greet abasenkosini.
the House of Traditional Leaders,
Ngithanda ukubingelela nasendlini wonke umuntu.
and greetings to everybody in this hall.
Nginesikhalo baphathi bami.
I have a request or a complaint.
Ngihlala kwindawo enye enhle kakhulu ngibuya eSiyancoba.
I am from Siyangoba, a very beautiful place.
Yes, but sine crisis when it comes to for izitshalo esinazo.
Sinomraro omkhulu nasiza endabeni yenjalo.
Sinabantu abatshalayo kakhulu eSiyancoba, but the crisis esinayo amanzi.
We have a lot of people that do farming in Siyangoba, but we have a problem of shortage of water.
Bayatshala, but end of the day abakhona ukuzuza just because of don't have the water.
They always cultivate all the time, but they can't see any good harvest because of lack of water.
So ngang understand ukuthi mhlambe umhlaba or amanzi, but kakhulukazi
Question is that the issue is water.
because umhlaba esihlala kiwo asinawo amanzi at all.
Because the area where we stay doesn't have water.
Siyathelelwa amanzi emajojweni.
We receive water that is poured on tanks.
Yes, but siyakuthanda kakhulu ukutshala but sifailwa ilelo phuzu lelo.
We love farming and cultivating, but we just fail because of this issue of shortage of water.
Ngiyabonga baphathi bami.
Thank you so much. Igama.
My name is Lerato Mlangeni. Lerato Mlangeni.
Lerato Mlangeni.
Yes, thank you.
Sanibonani,
Greetings.
Inigama uPeter wakaNkwana, ngihlala la eClarinet.
My name is Peter
Nkwana,
Nkwana.
ngihlala Emalahleni, eClarinet,
I
extension 3.
reside at Emalahleni Clarinet, section 3.
Ngila ngokuzo supporta le bill.
I am here to support the bill.
Ibill siyayisupporta mara sinenkinga uma le bill le ingasebenza ngendlela ukuthi isincede thina abantu abanye bala Emalahleni.
We do support the bill, but we have a problem. We wish that the bill could actually assist us as the communities of Emalahleni.
Emalahleni is a mining area.
Emalahleni ke indawo enezimayini.
Bakhe bagubha mabaqeda ukugubha bashiya lezi ndawo njengoba zinjalo.
They have excavated some areas and then they left them as they were.
So sasifisa ukuthi idilo lemigodi sikwazi ukutshala.
We actually come together, till the land.
Because masiya ku DMR, DMR sitshela nge-rehabilitation. Basitshela ukuthi kosa ukuthi ube nemali ubhala ama proposal ube naloku naloku.
Because when we go to the DMR to talk to them, they tell us that for rehabilitation you need to have money, you need to write proposal, and you need to do this and that.
So loku ukhomba ukuthi kithi ngamagama njengama small farmers afuna ukufama la around Emalahleni abahlala elokishini.
That means-
Indawo yokulima is scarce for thina.
That means to us as small farmers who want to farm and who want to grow as farmers but still reside here in townships, we cannot then grow.
Sithi masuka sithi sitshala thina about a half, not even a quarter of a hectare. Kona la around i-Department of Agriculture. Uma uza kiyo uthi ucela ama funds. Bakutshela ukuthi iParliament ayisengalethi imali, iParliament ayisenga-approve lokho,
When-
ayisengayenzi lokho.
When we eventually decide to plant, say maybe even just a quarter of a hectare, and then you go to the department, you request funds, they will tell you that the Parliament has not approved budgets or monies have not come, or they will tell you any other thing.
And then ngapa they can build up ama shops afana nabu you save, whereby thina yithi kosa supply you save ngalama vegetable.
On the same hand, they can build shops like YouSave and other shops, while we actually are the people who are supposed to be supplying these shops with vegetables.
And then manje na ibill ithi ikhuphula economy for thina abantu abamnyama, especially thina ama small farmers.
Now-
But now there is some red tapes.
Now here is the bill. It says, but now when we look at it, we find that there is some red tape.
The time is lapsed.
Or kuthiwa baba isikhathi ngathi sesiphelile.
So
If there's
siyabonga.
anything remaining, we can go and write.
Uma
submit in
kukhona
writing.
okusalile ungakudlulisela lapha.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sanibonani noke onlochisako kuJacob Mahlangu ovele endaweni yase Arnoto eMafube village.
I am Jacob Mahlangu from Arnott, Mafube village.
bengifuna ukwazi nami ngizokubuza kabakhulu.
I was at Mafube village once.
Manje angifuna ukwazi ukuthi yangisusa ngendlela right nangantazana bangisusa lapho bathi ngiyohlala kamnandi, and then nangifika lapha bangifaka endlwaneni encane neforum ngihlale ngapho nabantwana nomakoti.
I just want to know if it was legal the way I was removed from where I was, because I had a big homestead where I had my sons and my daughters having their own rooms and places.
Khona ngifika ngale inkomo zangifela zinye zalahleka nezimvu nenkomo zangifela.
I had
Bathi bazangikhelebha bathi bazafikela esilime. Senjengoba ngiso lapha nengikhona ngithaga ngamandla lapha nami ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi ngingasize kanjani.
I had livestock. I had a lot of cattle, I had a lot of sheep, goats, and I was told that wherever I was being taken to, I was going to be able to farm. But all of that has never happened. Now, I'm just as I am. I just want to hear from you if the treatment that I received is indeed legal.
Basusa lapho ke besakhe amathuna wabobaba bomama bawaguga umuntu abona ngale lapha bekulele khona umuntu manje.
There were even graves of our parents in the area where we were taken, but the graves are not in good condition because they seem to have been here.
Manje ke bathi bazasisiza sihlale kamnandi, ihlala kamnandi, angiyiboni ngale ukuthi mhlumbeni bangathi mhlumbeni nami nonyaka nje sakulethela ifuro nenkomo kunenge engakuluzako ngala ikhumphumela nama ebo ngithokozisako lapha ngikhona apha angazi ukuthi ngingasize kanjani. Ngafike ngachona more ukudlula lapha bathi bazazongisupporta khona ngizokuhlala kamnandi angihlala kamnandi.
I had a lot where I was previously, but nobody came to assist me. Actually, I'm more poor where I am than I was where I was before.
Ngaphandle kobana bengikhulume ngone le ndaba yami ngihlezi kabuhlungu lapha ngihlezi khona apha endaweni lapha ebathi ngizahlala kamnandi. Ngizanye lapha bayalima bayavuna mina sengisho banginikeze emhlumbeni isaka linye la lapha bavuna khona lapha mhlumbe ukukhuluma indaba lenkiyone noma ngiyikhulume kumbi bathi bazasupporta sihlale kamnandi ihlala kamnandi ayikho mhlumbe athana bakhe bazongikhalisa ngozuka bengizokhosofala. Manje akukho into engikhosofalisa ko ene bangisuse endaweni eklenyiweko.
Thank you, Baba. Yeah. I'm not very happy. I'm not very happy where I am because I can no longer farm and I'm not getting any assistance. I did not even get any form of income and there's nobody who's coming to assist me. Thank you so much.
Did he say he support or not support the bill?
With both hands.
Lapha ngone khona ngithokozile bangitshela bangikhumbuze ngibetha izandla so.
My apologies in case I may have overstepped as I was talking.
But if there are still issues that he want to raise, he can submit them to the department officials there and his name, that can be follow up.
Siba ubaba aye lapha kumphathi mandla zomnyango bazamhelebha balalele inlilo zakhe nasi etafula lapha. Siba ubaba chinge lapha. Sithokoze.
Let's proceed.
Sanbonan Pagati, nabaphathi
Greetings
bethu.
to everyone and the authorities.
Okhulumayo uGladness Ubisi khona la Emalahleni eFosman.
I am Gladness Lubisi from Emalahleni here in Bosman.
Ya ngizo kahle kahle ukuqala uthi sibonge iParliament ukufika la izokhuluma nathi.
Firstly, I would like to appreciate Parliament for coming here to talk to us.
Chairperson usithintile makathi nathi sibancane sisukume sikhulume. So ngina 4 yama question engizowa
raiser la.
The chairperson indicated that the youth must stand up, so I stood up. I only have 4 questions to ask.
Number one, can
Firstly-
the bill please accommodate women in agriculture?
Besicela ukuthi ke le bill nayo ifake omame kwezokulima.
Number two, can the
Okwesibili.
bill also protect agricultural land from mining activities with penalties?
Besicela ukuthi le mthethosivivinyo ke uthi ukushaya kancane laba abaphula umthetho kwezolimo.
Number three, can the bill give some powers to municipality and affected communities?
Besicela ukwazi ukuthi ngabe le bill yona ingakwazi ukuthi ingenelele ngisho nalapha komasipala.
Number four, we
Lastly-
request the bill to allow state land to be leased for women and youth co-ops for farming.
Besicela ke ukuthi na le bill ifake phela ama co-ops omame futhi nokuthi ne youth ithole ithuba lokuthi ibambe iqhaza lapha.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much.
Ngiyanibingelela nonke ngaphakathi endlini ngegama lika Jesu siyabonga.
Greetings in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you very much.
Ngimele izihlalo ezimbili ngiyifama personal and then ngimele i-cooperative abalimi besivuno ngibuya eMiddelburg eNkangala.
I am wearing 2 caps. The other one is mine. The other one is for abalimi besivuno. Cooperative
For farming.
for farming.
Sinama challenge akhona besicela okokuqala ibill ngiyayimukela ngoba ikhombisa ukuthi inezwelo ngamafama ifuna ukondla isizwe seSouth Africa.
Firstly, I support the bill because it seems as if it is prepared to assist farmers in South Africa.
Currently nginama employees are permanent plus minus 16, then ama temporary 8 ngesikhathi sokuvuna of sokutshala ku farmer yami ngifama 220 hectares.
Okwamanje ke nginabo abantu engibaqhashile abayile nani engilishilo futhi okwamanje ngilima cishe ama hectare awu 220.
My challenge ukuthi farming lena engilima kiyo ma hectare lawo 220 ngiwahire kuma CPA three different CPAs 3 farmers ukuze ngikhona ukuthola itotal ya 220.
My problem is that the hectares, these 220 hectares that I am farming on, I have leased them. So it is a challenge to me.
Yes, ngiqashe kuma CPA, so in total per year ngibhadala 150 for 220 hectares.
I've hired it from the CPA and I'm paying an amount of about 150 for 200 per annum for 220 hectares.
Yes, bengibuza ukuthi ugovernment akanawo amafama esingakhona kuwalisa maybe for 30 years because kuma CPA silisa for 3 years. We prepared the ilonsana land, we put ufaka ama lime. After 3 years they terminate the contract. You have to start afresh to another CPA, prepare the land. Then you keep preparing the land. At the end of the day, awukhona ukuphumelela ukubona izivuno sakho after about 3 years, 6 years.
My question is, I just want to find out as to whether can't the government or parliament assist us in terms of leasing the land for a period of 30 years? Because we lease the land from the CPAs for a period of 3 years. Now, as and when one prepares this land, you find that after 3 years, one has to renew this lease contract. Now, at the end of the day, you find that one cannot see the period so that one can see the production thereof.
Okay, okunye esicelayo ama-funds ukuthi nisincede. Ama-pandemic asishayile for 3 years to 4 years back. I-COVID, ama-flood ase-KZN, i-war yase-Russia, then ne-looting yase-KZN. Balutha ama-fertilizer amaningi ama-import. Then 3 years back besihlanyela i-hectare eli-1 ngabo 11,000.
We also request for funding. Because of the pandemic that we've experienced, we also experienced COVID, we experienced floods, as well as looting in KZN. Now you find that we don't have enough manure to fertilize our soil.
Yes, 3 years back was the 11,000 per hectare to plant the maize of the crop. Now it's plus minus 17 to 18,000.
Eminyakeni emithathu edlule ke ukutshala bekubiza lenani esekalishilo kodwa manje selikhuphuke kakhulu.
So kungaloko kungako sivula i-cooperative, we are 19 members. So besicela ukuthi manje sibona lapha sema cooperative sizama ukuthi sikhona ukukhavara from 11,000 sifike lapho kulo 18,000 per hectare ngokuthi nisincede ngama-funds esiwathola kini. Then after that uma ningasiza sizokhona ukumaintain ukuplanta.
So now, as you see us here, we are a cooperative. Our aim is to move from 11,000 to 18,000. We therefore request you to.
Yes, the funds will help us for starting up to ukuthi sifike kule level esikiyo esibekwe amalonsana ama-pandemic, because manje besikhona ukuplanta nge-11,000, ama-pandemic asusa ku-11,000 asimisa ku-18,000 per hectare. So asisakhona ukukhopha.
We have experienced financial constraints because of the pandemic that has taken place in the country. We therefore request for funding in a form of, assistance. Because now, if one has to plant in a hectare, one needs plus minus 18,000, and it is difficult for us to reach that scale.
Okay, ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Co-Speaker Mapena.
Your name, please.
Okay, uWanda Makhubedu from Middleburg ngaphansi kwenkangala.
I'm Wanda Makubedu from Middleburg, under Nkangala. Wanda
And also check if your issues are not worth recording there in the officials of the department.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Sanibonani nonke.
Greetings to everyone.
Omile la uYunis Makagula Masango
Standing here is Eunice Makagula Masango.
from municipality
Ngathi yaphakamisa kancane.
from
Cela
municipality waseThembisile.
From the Tembisilehani municipality.
Yes, ngizo supporta ibhili. Angifuni ukumosha isikhathi
I'm here to
kakhulu.
support the bill. I do not want to waste any more time.
Ngizo edda ama point enginawo.
I will add some points that I have.
Kodwa ngizothanda ukushiya kunazisa ukuthi njengoba ngimela ngiyifama.
I would also like to inform you that as I stand here, I am a farmer.
I'm a director yegujwa nephondo.
I am a director of Gujwa Lipondo.
Gujwa nephondo. Yes.
Gujwa no Pondo.
Yes. So ama challenges esibe nawe efama maningi kakhulu ngizothanda ukuthi umbono yami ngishiye etafuleni lana engizoma ngakho ukuthi
We have had quite a lot of challenges at the farm. I would also like to leave some of those challenges at the table. What I stand here to say is,
siyabonga umhlalisihlela wethu umile phambili wasichazela ngokuthi na kuzosizeka ngokuthi na abalimi bethu sibalimi siyazi ngokuthi how to plant utshala kanjani inhlabathi kumele uhlolwe.
we are thankful that it has been explained to us as to how we farm. We will have our soil inspected.
So ngizobonga lokho as a volunteer yaseThembisile.
I'm here to say thanks for that as a volunteer from Tembisile.
2017 ngastarta i-office
In 2017, I started an office
yoku advise indlu yethu emnyama
to advise my fellow black people
ukuthi na uma uqala ibhizinisi kumele ube ne-paperwork.
that if you are to start or if you are trying to establish a business, you must have paperwork.
Ngothi abanye baba nezikhalo zokuthi kudala baqala amabhizinisi manje makufika ama-application
Because others were complaining that they had been trying to start businesses for a long time, but when the time for applications come,
abakhona ukuphumelela, so ngaqala i-office ukuthi kube nezizathu ukuthi why bangaphumeleli.
they would not be successful with those applications. That was then why I decided to start an office as to see why do they not succeed in their applications.
Yes, ngaba-advise ngabe ukuthi na ngibanceda ngokwenza ama-company.
I advised them and I informed them I would also help them with the establishment of their companies.
So as a farmer also, ngibone ukuthi na isikhalo esikhulu ku-farming, especially kuma small villages.
As a farmer personally, I also realized that the biggest complaint for farmers, especially in villages,
Abantu bakhala ngendawo.
people are complaining or people are in need of land.
Sinabo abanye abanamaleli ngoba amakhosi wethu ayasicabangela uma sokhala kiyo kuwo from uma 1 hectare. Amafama esinawo akhaliswa ukuthi na indawo banawo ama 1 hectare bayakhona ukutshala.
The farmers that we have are complaining that the places or the pieces of land that they have, being 1 hectare each, they are able to plant on those pieces of land.
Kungakho ngithi kini ngizo-add kubhili ukuthi na sekukhona imibono lena ekhona.
That's why I'm here and I say I'm here to add on the bill that there are also these views.
Ukuthi iParliament yethu mayohlala etafuleni isikhumbule ukuthi na ama-challenges esinawo amakhulu it's a market.
That our parliament in their discussions, they must remember that the biggest challenges we face are breaking into markets.
Ngiyazizwa inkhalo zama-farmers zikhona ukusiza ukuthola indawo abanye banayo i-production kodwa uma sezikhona ziyakuphi.
We do hear the complaints, others do have places, but when they have made their production, where do they take it?
Okay. So ngabonga ukuthola
You
So
can finish
bengabonga
up.
ukuthola usizo ukuthi nakuphathiswane nale office legujwa nephondo ngale through ye marketing chain ukuthi amafama asizeke. Bengingabonga ukuthola isizo lokuthi na sisizane no parliament ukuthi na ama small farmers agrow through to marketing chain lesiyenza kugujwa nephondo.
We would be thankful if we could work with each other or we could be assisted by Parliament so that we can develop our farmers. Thank you.
Thank you ngiyabonga.
It's fine. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Lochani, igama uzenzele Masango. I'm a farmer, evela eThembisile Hani.
Greetings, my name is Zenzele, I'm from Tembisilehani municipality.
Kancane nje bengicela ukuthi la bazokhulumela abantwana benkosi babelunga emva kwalo.
Okay, fine. I'm speaking English. Yeah. Okay.
No, he'll speak in English.
I feel like this bill is a bit too far-fetched for us as farmers, based on the fact that you want to preserve the land and yet we don't have title deeds.
Sicabanga ukuthi lo mthethomlingwa eniwethula lapha namhlanje
Preserve land when you don't have the right to occupy the land.
awukwazi ukulonda indawo ukube kanti awunalo ilungelo lokuthi uhlale kiyo leyo ndawo onikelwa yona.
And in that very same purpose, then you have farm dwellers, CPF, CP what, people that invade the land that you are currently staying on.
Lokho ogcina kwenza ukuthi abantu bazingenele umathanda kileyo ndawo thina esihlala kiyo.
So it becomes a bit of a problem. Now we do come to you guys and you guys make all sorts of promises that you will give us the title deed. Time is essence.
Lokho kuba mraro omkhulu kithi ngombana sithi nasiza kini nenze ithembiso zokuthi nizosinikela incwadi zobunikazi bendawo kodwa na isikhathi siyakhamba anikwenzi konke lokho.
As is right now, we're going into farming season very soon. My biggest problem is that I've got farm dwellers who then send their cattle into my farm. But when I take the matter to the police station can't do anything because the matter comes back to, I don't have correct paperwork.
Njenganje sesichitela esikhathini sokulima. Kunabanye ke abathumela ifuyo yabo endaweni yethu. Indaba enjalo nangiyithatha ngisa emapholiseni. Amapholisa akakhoni nawo ukunginikela isizo elifaneleko ngombana anginawo amaphepha afaneleko.
My second issue is cooperatives that the government recognizes.
Omunye umraro
called Iphakeme.
Iphakeme.
First of all, Phakeme has got membership rates. To join them, you must spend something like 7,000. And then when they feel like it, they tell you that no, the membership is full, you can't join anymore.
Nasele babona ingasuthi ubulunga bokungena labo sebenele bakutshela ukuthi awukwazi ukungena lapha.
The organization has been in charge for over 10 years. I don't know what their constitution operates. I don't know when they have election. They don't even have annual meetings. And yet when they make requests for funding from government, they then claim our names as corporates that they want to assist us and they don't assist us.
Ihlangano leyini iminyaka ikhona. Isebenzisa amagama ethu na ifuna ukuthola imali kwaHulumende. Ithi bacho izokhona ukusiza thina kodwa na ayisenzeli litho thina ngombana singasiyo ingcenye yayo.
Instead, the equipment that the government gives to them, you find those equipment in white farmers or predominantly successful farmers who are utilizing them, and we must ask them to assist us with equipment that belongs to government.
Kunalokho lezi insiza nenisetshenziswa abazinikelwa nguHulumende ukuthi bayokusebenzisana nathi ngazo bazithatha uzifumene zisendaweni eyodwa ukube kane ziphume nangegama lethu.
Right now, government is busy they are busy on a rollout campaign with fencing. When you say, okay, fine, fencing is coming, they tell us to go to Phakeme. When you get to Phakeme, Phakeme wants money from you. I'm confused. How can government give them something for free and then they charge us?
Kukunje kunefence ephumako ekiphakeme nasifika kiyo isifune imali kuwenziwa njani ukuthi uHulumende akhuphe into ezokusiza abantu bese thina ke nasifika kiyo iphakeme isitshele ukuthi sekufuze sikhuphe imali ukuthi sithole into leyo.
We want accountability from the executive of Phakeme. We want accountability in the executive. We want their constitution. We want to know when is their next election, when is their annual meetings. We also want to know who are they accounting to, because they're not accounting to us.
Sifuna kube nokuziphendulela kubaphathi bayo lephakeme ngombana asizwisisi kuhle ukuthi eqinisweni basebenza njani nokuthi kuhle kuhle baziphendulela kubobani bona njengephakeme.
Fine. Lastly, title deeds. We go to land bank to seek funding to run the farms.
Kokugcina ke indaba yebhanka yenaga. Indaba yebhanka yenaga sifuna ukuthi ke kube nehlahlulo ezwakalako ehlangothini layo.
One of the requirements from the land bank is that they want to know records of your previous farming years.
Okunye okuvezwa yiland bank ukuthi bafuna irecord leminyaka edlulileko yelemuko onalo kezokufama.
I can't have records of previous years if I'm working from my own pocket. So how am I gonna produce records I don't have? Currently, I'm working from my own pocket.
Angizukwazi ukuba nawo ama-record alawo abawafunako ngombana imali engiyisebenzisa lapho imali engiyikhupha esikhwameni sami angeze ngakhona ukuthi ngibe nawo ama-record anjalo ngizawathathaphi.
You see, the old government, the apartheid government, they went an extra mile to assist informal farmers, which is something you guys are not doing.
Uyabona uhulumende odluleko ya apartheid bekabekelela phambili imfuno zethu bekuba nehlangothi lapho asisiza khona aqalelela imfuno zethu kodwa nina njengoba nanilibandla nilapha anikwenzi lokho.
And then next year you expect me to vote for you.
Ngomnyaka ozako bese nithi nifuna ivote yami.
Okay, thank you very much. I had indicated that after this one, the traditional leaders would be taking positions here.
Ngiyabonga bengishilo ke ukuthi lo ozokhulumela ubukhosi kumele asondele.
If there are more than one, you can put those two chairs there.
Uma ke babili bangeza kuzohlala ezihlalweni ezimbili la.
We also know that when a traditional leader is speaking, he is speaking on behalf of a number of people.
Siyazi ke ukuthi uma kukhuluma ubukhosi bukhulumela yonke indlu.
I was saying, if it's more than one, just put those chairs, not one behind another, put them across.
Besithi ke lezihlalo lezi azihlale ngalendlela uma labo bazokhulumela ubukhosi bazokhuluma la.
Because I don't treat them as their subjects.
Ngoba ke angibaphathi njengabantu benkosi.
Thank you very much. Kungabikho umuntu ohambayo ke ethi ngoba lapha yena isikhathi iyahamba ulambile.
No one should live here and say he or she is hungry.
Meal lunch has been prepared for everyone who is here.
Kunokudla ke esibiza ngesilungu sithi lunch.
Immediately when you finish here, we'll have our meal.
Uma siqeda la wonke umuntu ke uzothola ukuyethunjini.
Thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Kunento ethi khona umuntu kwaSanko obefuna ukukhuluma. I would prefer akhulume before abantwana begazi ke.
Apologies. I was told there's someone from Sanko who also want to say something. Can I please give that person an opportunity to speak?
Can that person come in as soon as possible?
Siba utheze ngaphambili msinyana okhona lo Sanko.
Chairperson of the session.
Okay.
Ukuthi allocation of land, and let me start by supporting the bill and make some following addition.
Ngithanda ukuthoma ngokuthi ngiusekele lo mthetho omlingwa namhlanje.
Allocation model phakathi. The allocation of land. Trying by all means ukuthi balethe umhlaba back to the people.
Because we see that our government is working very hard to give the land back to the people.
But if there's no strategies of supporting these farmers, it will be a drawback because this land will be sold back to the white people.
Kodwa nangabe akunahlelo elibonakalako lokuthi inaga ibuyiselwe ezandleni zabantu konke lokho kuyokuphenduka ilize lakolize ngombana inaga iyogcina kodwa.
In terms of the lease agreement, my share ngoba noma wa apply for a commercial land for a shopping complex or whatever, the red tapes that are within the department is very critical. It can take you up to 5 to 10 years to get the final approval from the department.
Besibawa ukuthi lo mthethomlingwa awenziwe msinyana ngombana kunekabo eziningi ezokuqatsha lokho egcine kwenze ukuthi kuthathe isikhathi eside nangabe ufuna isizo lokuthola indawo.
And therefore investors bagcina bahotisa bawele emva ngoba the process just for DG whoever to attach the signature lapha, it takes so many years and that is unacceptable.
Lokho kugcine kwenze ukuthi abatshali imali baphelelwe lithemba babuyele emuva ukube kanti babantu labo abazokusiza.
Siyabawa ukuthi kule bill ku include le nto lo baba bekakhuluma nayo is calling FSPU Farmer Support Unit ibe part of the bill ukuthi this unit ichazwe iregulate kuhle ukuthi irole yayo yini.
We would like that the farmers support bill be part of the bill so that it can clarify what the role is of this bill.
Because kwamanje this farmer support unit are operating differently. One in Gauteng is more progressive than the one in Mpumalanga.
Ngombana amahlangothi la amabili asebenza ngendlela ehlukeleko kunelinye eliphambili kunelinye kodwana elinye lisemuva eliseGauteng liphambili kodwana leMpumalanga libonakala lisalele emuva.
Then you ask yourself, because of its one government, what is the difference?
Uzibuze ukuthi ngombana konke kuvela ngaphasi kwakahulumende munye ukuphi umehluko.
And what we want to raise, Tlalo, there is this lot of confusion between the Department of Agriculture and Land and Rural Development, because we are being frustrated as farmers. When you go this side, they will talk about this department. When you go to this one, they will send you to that other one.
Kodwa esihlalo ngibawa ukuthi ulemuke ukuthi kunomraro naziza endabeni yeminyango emibili kahulumende. Umnyango ocheche zokulima kunye nomnyango ocheche indaba zemakhaya. Nawe yangapha bakuthumela ngapha ungasatholi ukuthi ewona mnyango ekufuze ukuthi uyekiwo ngengimuphi.
And we are very much surprised because most of the time, the money will be rolled out back to the from Treasury, whereas our people are in poverty and starvation and unemployment is very high.
Siyarareka ke ngoba kuba nemali eziphumako ezigcine zingakasebenzi zibuyele godu eofisini elikhulu lezemali zokuhlala lapho ngomba nazingakasetshenziswa ukube kanti ngahlanye abantu bekhethu bayahlaga ngapha nemisebenzi ayikho bahloga imisebenzi.
Manje sibawa uminister where this department avuke akhona ukwenza i-monitoring process ukuthi lama officials asebenzani benzani umsebenzi wayo.
We appeal to the minister to monitor quite closely on what is happening in their offices.
Yeah, lastly kunelento yama red tapes yama water rights. We want the bill to include the water rights, as this water rights is so very critical for us.
Okunye ke kumraro kithi ngilezi inqabo ezikhona nemithetho ebonakala iziqabo kunye namalungelo wabanzi. Manje sifuna ukuthi lo mthetho.
Thank you very much. And I'm going now to the traditional leaders. I have suppressed anyone.
Ngiyathemba ukuthi kwanje wonke umuntu uzakuzwisisa ukuthi akekho ozokugandeleleka njengomana sengiya kubaholi bendabuko namkha amakhosi sekusikhathi sabo.
I then want it to be understood that we gave enough time to raise their issues before we go to traditional leaders.
Ngifuna ukuthi kuzwisiseke ukuthi abantu bafumene ithuba labo lokuthi bazwakalise amazizo wabo ngaphambi kokuthi ngiyokunikela amakhosi ithuba lokuthi ethule amazizo wawo.
We have no intention of suppressing anyone.
Asinalo goduke ilungulungu lokuthi sigandelele omunye umuntu namkha omunye umuntu simdime ithuba lokuthi naye aveze afuna ukukuveza.
With your permission, can we proceed? Let me hear from that young man.
Ngibawubuza ukuthi ingabe abantu abavela kwaHulumende nabo banelungelo nalo ukuthi bazwakalise wawo amazizo ngalomthetho. Sizonikela ithuba ngemva ukuthi sekuthule amakhosi.
Proceed, Mhlegas.
Ungaraga.
Ngibonga ithuba engilitholayo. Bengicabanga chairperson ukuthi nje obushilo ukuthi ubukhosi ubone ukuvala inkundla.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Chairperson. I think you're right by saying the kings here will be the last to speak.
Njoba ngisho ukuthi mina bengangazi ngesicelo ngamandla akho. Bengingacela ukuthi mhlambe sibadedele bakhulume baqede ngoba kuyaye kuthiwe ukuthi inkosi mayikhulumile akusekho ukukhuluma ngemva kwayo. Maye bengicela ngalawo mandla la ukuthi sibadedele.
May I request that we give the people time to speak because
Okay.
once the traditional leadership have spoken, no one should come after them.
Ake sizwe ke lamahulumente befuna ukukhuluma.
Asizwe ke laba ebebathi baba ukukhuluma.
Hello? Oh, okay. Ngiyanibingelela nonke ngokwehlalo zenu.
Greetings and all protocol observed.
Igama lami nguNompumelelo wakwaNkonyane. I'm from the Victor Kanye municipality.
I am
khona la eNkangala.
Mpumalanga Kanye from Victor municipality around here.
From what I've understood about the bill, there are things that were explained properly to us and we were able to understand and we can actually see the importance of it.
Lokho kwenguzwile zikhona izinto ezibalulekile ezishiwo lapha futhi ngiyabona ukuthi zibalulekile zizwakale kahle kakhulu.
But at the same time, there were things that were not explained and I think about the bill so that we can actually make it.
Manje ngicabanga ukuthi kubalekile ukuthi zichazwe ukuze sizothi uma sithatha izinqumo sithathe izinqumo ezifanele ngalo mthetho wesivivinyo.
I think the objective, page 7.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ke umthetho wesivivinyo noma izinhloso zomthetho wesivivinyo zichaza kabanzi ukuthi ke lo mthetho
And these objectives will be implemented.
umbuzo wami ukuthi ke manje lezi zinjongo noma le inhloso zizofezwa noma zizolandelwa kanjani?
So if we look there at C, it says that it talks about the demarcation of the protected agricultural areas. And I wanted to find out on whose responsibility will that lie? Will that be on government, will it be government that will be expected to demarcate these areas or will the responsibility?
Anywa kwale ndawo ekufanele ilinywe. Manje umbuzo wami uthi ngabe umsebenzi kabani ukuklama le ndawo ezolinywa? Ngabe umsebenzi kahulumeni noma umsebenzi womlimi?
The next one is in D, and if facilitating concurrent land uses on agricultural land. And I just wanted to find out when they say facilitating concurrent, ngicabanga ukuthi ukulandelana one after another, how will that also be done?
Engifuna ukwazi la ukuthi ukukhulunywa ke ngokuthi ngabe lo mhlaba uzosetshenziswa kanye kanye kanjani?
Bese kuba the next one, which is the last one on E, it talks about putting mitigating measures on to counteract the loss of agricultural land. I think which is the most important one for me. Ukuthi what are these mitigation measures that are going to be put in place?
Uike lapha ukhuluma ngezindlela ozolinywa indlela zokungenelela lapho yiziphi noma kuzongenelelwa kanjani and futhi ngicabanga ukuthi lokho okubalekile kakhulu.
Because more especially if you are on the ground level and you actually get to interact with farmers, you realize that some situations ziyalalelega ukuthi yindaba umhlaba ungasebenziswa uma ulalela izimo zabo, and then of course in some instances aku understandeki because omunye umhlaba vele ungasetshenziswa kusuke kuyizathu engathi ezingabalekanga.
When you look at this issue, you'll find that when you listen to the people at grassroots level, you know, not plowing on that particular soil. But you'll find that as and when you listen to these people, you really understand what they are saying, but sometimes it becomes difficult for one to understand as to why that is not allowed or permissible.
Sengvala nje, I'd like to ask that on the how that will be explained on these three instances. Ukuthi let there be balanced responsibility between government and farmers that will be given to them so that land can be used properly.
In conclusion, mina bengicabanga ukuthi ke lo mthwalo makube mhlambe umthwalo kaHulumeni noma wabalimi ukuze phela kuzocaca kahle ukuthi lo mhlaba uzosetshenziswa kanjani.
Yes, omunye. Ukhulumela uHulumende nawo.
Afeke.
Are you talking on behalf of?
Okay, okay.
Afeke angikwazi lo. Ngakhuluma. Lochani.
Greetings.
Igama lami ngingubenzi ngokwaMasilela.
My name is Benzi Masilela.
Ngihlonipha ubukhosi sinabo la.
I respect royalty in our midst.
Ngihlonipha iParliament ekhona la.
I also respect parliament in our midst.
Ngihlonipha okumuntu okhona la ongilalela esikhathini sakadesi.
And everybody who's here listening to me.
Angizwa mdekhulu.
Just in short,
kuzokuba itautology ngizoyitsho la nangakhuluma kakhulu ngoba sebakushiza konke nami kuyangi-affecta lokho bakukhulumile.
I've been covered by most of the issues that were raised here, so I would not like to be monotonous.
One or two things mhlambe ngizibawako with all due respect.
Okunye namkha kubili ngingakuphawula.
Ngibawa iParliament isihelebhe.
I need help from parliament.
Sicela iCommission of Inquiry ezophenya nge-corruption yamaplasi eWitbank.
We would appreciate if a commission of inquiry can be set up to look into corruption on farms around Wheatbank.
Okugcina,
lastly,
ngibawa nasiqeda ukubika indaba zethu.
Who does not have conflict of interest? Baba, Baba uchinge kuleya tafula.
Next.
Dumela. Ke rata go dumedisha ka moka.
To everyone, my name is Plehani, local municipality.
Ke part ya community mo traditional council.
I'm part of the community in the traditional council.
Na ke tlo bolela tše ntši mara ke concerned ka dilo tše pedi tše tharo.
I'm not going to say a lot, but I'm concerned about 2 or 3 things.
Sa mathomo parlamente ra e leboga gore re batametše.
Now, we're grateful for the visit from Parliament.
Mara information e parlamente e tliša mo go rena a re tsebe gore e tlo kgona le fitlhelela na e rena re fang lena yona information.
Now, we're not quite sure as to whether the information that we want to give to the Parliament will reach it.
Re na le di-communal land tse e leng gore be di beetswe batho ba community gore ba leme gale.
Now, we have communal land that has been set aside for the members of community to can use back in the days.
And then gombuale a re tsebe gore di a exista or ba di sa exista because the local municipality le tsona especially our agriculture le land aba te ponagantšhe gore ba re laetse tšona dinaga tšeo be di berekiša ke bo rra go rena le bomma go rena kgale.
Now, we are not sure as to whether that communal land that was used by our forefathers is still available, because the municipality as well as the officials from agriculture do not avail themselves to can show us that land.
And then the department dealing especially on the local level, adir touche amporkaselo real mara are wage assistance.
On other departments from the local level, do not assist us in any way.
Regula di NGO re try go assista ba ba leng interested ka entertainment le yona agriculture. Mara funding, he's working from his own pocket to fund these things.
We try to open NGOs so that we can help those who are interested in agriculture, but we do not get any funding. There is a speaker who came here and stated that he does farming from his own pocket, so there is a lack of funding.
So, ke tswalla ka gore a re kgopela le no re thuša re tate zamela re lema le ka matsogo go ka la bona le go betše a ke ne le material mara ra bereka and re ja ka tšona dilo tše, so ke a leboga.
Now, I am asking for your assistance because we even use our own hands to work. We do not have equipment. This is how we feed ourselves. I thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, all right.
I hope people don't forget to say whether they are support or not support the bill.
Re kgopela gore ge le bolela le bolele gore a e ka ba molao o le a o thekga or ga lo thekge.
Lochani,
Greetings.
ngebizo nguzaza wakwaLithulo.
I am Zaza Litsulo.
I am a farmer, kwamhlanga seBranskral
Ngingumlimi kwamhlanga eSaybranskral.
from Tembisile Hani.
Kumasipala weThembisile Hani.
I do support the bill.
Ngiyawusekela lo mthethomlingwa.
We have a biggest issue in,
Mhlanga.
and my biggest issue is invasion.
Umraro omkhulu enginawo babantu abazibeka kwaba.
So many people have invaded, and I have planted maize and dry beans.
Banengi abantu asele bangene eplasini nami kanti ngitshalile lapha ngitshala amabhontshisi nesiphila.
So the very same people that invaded my farm are stealing from me.
Abantu abazibekileko ngeplasini nami apha bebayeba.
80% of what I've planted this year, it's gone.
Amaphesenti angaba machuma abunane wentshalo zami kwetshiwe.
Phezu kokuthi, we've got Department of Agriculture is there to support us.
Nalokho sinomnyango wezokulima osisekelako.
The issue is that now there's contractors. Abantu abanjengePhakeme, one of the guys mentioned iPhakeme fanele basitshalele.
Njenganje kunehlangano ekhe kwakhulunywa ngayo batsho iPhakeme. Phakeme should actually assist us.
But they don't do according to how they're supposed to plan for us.
Abenzi ngendlela efaneleko yokuthi sitshale
Sicela
ngayo.
ukuthi nisize ngalokho.
We plead for your assistance, please.
Because agriculture, they give us seeds, they give us the fertilizers, they get the people to come and assist us. But at the end of the day, we don't get to the product that we want.
Umnyango wezokulima usinikela imbewu, usinikela nabantu abazosihelebha nomanyoro, kodwa asikhona ukuthola abantu kufanele basihelebhe.
What's the use for the empowerment? Because We are not growing, we are not making money out of it. I mean, we cannot be dependent on government the whole time. We're supposed to be growing and be independent and able to do these things by ourselves.
Kusiza ngani ukuthi siyafukulwa sinikelwa amandla wokuzithuthukisa kodwa nakunalapha siyako asikwazi ukuhlalela ukuthembela embusweni neminyangweni kufanele sizithuthukise ngokwethu.
Also, even the sponsors, because people have invaded our space, they're not able to sponsor us because they're scared they're going to steal. How are we going to be able to partner with potential sponsorships when they are going to steal there? Nobody's going to want to take their business down the drain.
Kunabantu abafuna ukusisekela ngemali njengalokhu sitshala bayasaba ukusisekela ngombana sinalomraro wokwetshelwa abasisekelako ngemali bayabona imali yabo iwela ngemgodini.
Ngokuzithoba ngibawa ukuthi amakhosi ngokuzithoba
I humbly request the Royal House
that balise ukunikela abantu indawo zethu.
they should stop allocating our places to other people.
We have a very potential place to plant,
Sine-
very good soil to plant, and now they are invading, but the kings are assisting them for them to invade.
Sinendawo ehle enonileko yokutshala. Ngethudwe limbi amakhosi ngiwanikela abantu aba indawo yokuthi bazibeke.
One last thing with the lease agreements, looks like it's not happening. We talk about empowering people, we have to create jobs, our economy, but then the things are not.
Lezi zokuthi sisebenzele lapho zihatshiswe kusihelebha ngani nakuthathwa isikhathi eside kangaka.
Can wind up now.
Okay, one last thing.
Kwamaswaphelo.
Farm developments, water and fencing for us. I thank you.
Ukuthuthukiswa kwamasimu, ukufumaneka kwamanzi nokutholakala kwefence siyathokoza.
Sanibona. Njani kulisa wonke umuntu okhona la phakathi. Mina igama lami uJohn Sibanyoni. Ngivela ngaphi emaplazini eLeopora. Ngale Witbank.
Mind the mic.
Okay. Oh, uJohn Sibanyoni igama lami.
My name is John Sibanyoni.
Ngivela ngapha eLeopora emaplazini.
I'm from Leopold in the farms.
Ngumfana omncane ofuna ukuzithuthukisa kwezokulima.
I'm a young gent who is passionate about farming.
Okwamanje ngibhizi ngendaba zespinach but then endaweni encane ku backyard because anginayo fencing.
Currently, I'm busy with spinach, but I have quite a small place because I do not have fencing.
Mara yona indawo enkulu ikhona and ngiyasaba ukuthi ngingakhulisa le ndawo because kunezinkomo la ngihlala khona zingangena zidle nale spinach.
But there is a piece of land, quite a bigger piece of land, which I am afraid to utilize because there is livestock, specifically cattle in the area that I live in. And
Nangakusese kule ndawo ukuthi ngingakhulisa mhlambe ngithole ne fence but then kunzima ukuthi ngithole ifunding agriculture because bathi mele sibe collective.
I can actually grow plants there, but if I could also get some fencing, but it is difficult to do so because when I approach the departments, they say we should be a collective.
And mina ngitela as a sole proprietor ngingedwa and youth ayikho interested nanomuntu uyayilanda ukuthi sibeni madoda siyenzeni into abekho interested.
And I'm actually a sole proprietor. I'm alone. Even when you approach the youth and say, gents or the youth to come on board, they seem not to be interested.
Futhi okunye nendaba yokuthi mawufuna uku-apply livestock ungana infrastructure you can't but it's still indawo unayo.
Another thing is that if you want to apply for livestock, if you do not have the infrastructure, although you have land, you can't.
Ngiyabonga bengifuna ukubamfisha.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
Tawela, Michael Rashlogo
My name is Michael Ratlogo.
from Tembisilehani local municipality,
Ke tswa ke le Tembisilehani local municipality,
Ward 8.
Ward 8.
Akidumedise ntlo ya Magoshi,
Greetings to the traditional leadership
kidumedise bahlomphehi ba baetapele ba parlamente,
and the honorables from parliament
and then kidumedise le setjhaba goba di-farmers tse tlileng mo.
and the community or the farmers present here today.
My concern is short. I'm a councillor at Tembisile local municipality.
Jwale re ya ka tlhoba boroko ke e nyane ke councillor go tswa Thembisile local municipality.
Mo e leng gore Tembisile local municipality e tletse ka di-farm.
There is a lot of farms in Thembisile local municipality.
E tletseng ka di-farm, re na le problemo e kgolo ko Tembisile local municipality.
And we have a lot of problems in our municipality.
E leng gore Magoshi le di-councillor ba na mola nako e kgolo le e nyane.
In that the traditional leaders as well as the councillors intervene all the time.
Nako e kgolo le e nyane.
All the time.
The problem tsa gona ke tse di latelang.
Now the problems are as follows.
Re na le batho ba le ba bitsang gore ke dipelle, ba ba belegetswe mo ba bang ba bona.
Those who've been staying in the farms for a very long time, some of them were born in those farms.
And also le Magoshi a rena ba ba tseba batho bao.
Our chiefs also know those people. Conflict between the farm dwellers and those who are called the lessees.
Department ya tla e tla le motho e re o kreye a lease contract.
The department would come with a person who's been granted a contract
Ka ntle le go inform motho e le gore ke farm dweller.
without informing the farm dweller.
Ke mo go tsoga ntwa between two parties.
That is where the fight then emanates between the two parties.
Ne re kgopela parlamente le office ya minister.
Now we are requesting the parliament as well as the office of the minister
Gore ba re assist go end up that conflict e leng go Tembisile.
to bring to an end the conflict in Thembisile.
And then number two, as councillors, community ba believe gore ntho engwe le engwe as ba re kgethile re ba leader go masipale, whatever programs tse di tswang from go department ne re kgona go dira re be possible. For an example,
Number two, the community believes that as councillors, since they have elected us, we are able to can resolve whatever problem that comes from the department. For example,
go na le program ya department ya dikgomo.
there is a program from the departments that has to do with cattle.
O kry-a motho a lease contract a e applyela a be successful. A farm dweller
The lease contractor applies for that program and his application becomes unsuccessful. And that is where the conflict then starts.
So re kgopela parlamente le office ya minister a ba re assist because ge re ya ko di-farm dwellerseng ba elwa between yena le lesi o kry-a a re botsa gore ba nyakile PDO ba nyaka lease ba nyaka title deed.
Now we are asking for help from the office of the minister and the parliament, because when you go to the
farm dwellers,
the farm dweller,
yes,
he'll tell you that a PTO and a lessee as well as a title deed was requested from him.
Yes, o kry-a gore motho o ga ana natso.
And you'd find that that farm dweller doesn't have those documents.
So my question is, why is it so difficult to a farm dweller a kgone gore a kry-e lease or a title deed?
Now, my question is, why is it so difficult for a farm dweller to get a lease or a title deed?
And gore wa nyakisisa, hence ba elwa you must intervene because of we are a council. Go nyakisisa o kry-a le gore maybe officials from a district ba ile and then they banyaga some of the requirements. And then
Now,
those, yes.
as they are fighting, yourself as a councillor, you're supposed to intervene. And when you go to an official from the district, or when you approach that farm dweller, he'll tell you that they requested those documents. So my question is, why is it so difficult for the farm dweller to can have these documents?
Please, what is remaining, take it to that table now.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
Ke lebohile.
Sanibonani.
Greetings.
Ngibingelele nina abahlonishwa lapho phambili.
Let me greet the honorable members
Ngibingelela
at the
amakhosi
front
wethu akhona namhlanje. Ngithi bayede ndaba ezitha.
and also greet the traditional leaders present with us. Bayede.
Ngibingelele bonke abakhona la eholweni namhlanje.
Let me also greet everyone who is within this hall today.
Awukhulumayo la nguVictor wakaXhowu.
Speaking here is Victor Tlou,
Ngongosihlalo eManala Mgibe CPA.
the chair of
Manala Mgibe CPA.
Manala Mgibe CPA.
Okokuqala ngizathi bahlonishwa ibilling ngiyayisupport.
Firstly, I will say to you, honorable members, I do support the bill.
Ngiyisupporta ngokuthi izosinceda ngendlela yokuthi yenze sure uma umhlaba unikelwa abantu bawuclaimile.
I support it because it seeks to ensure that when the land is given to the people who had claimed it,
Yenze isiqiniseko sokuthi labo abazophuma kulomhlaba abalimi abamhlophe
it also ensures that those who will vacate that same land, who would be white farmers,
kwenzeka isiqiniseko sokuthi i-food production iyaqhubeka.
there should be a point where we ensure that food production continues.
Kudingeka ukuthi ibhili yenze isiqiniseko sokuthi ama-implements ne-skill laba abamhlophe bebakhona lapho sisale kulabantu abaclaimile lo mhlaba.
The bill needs to ensure that the implements and the skills that were on that land that was vacated by the white farmers should remain there.
Ngikhulumisa lokho ngokuthi sinayo experience kaManala Mgibe ukuthi umhlaba esinawo uhleli manje awusebenzi.
I'm saying this because we have experience with our CPA that the land that we have is actually dormant.
Awusebenzi ngokuthi abantu abafake kulomhlaba uyathatha umhlaba umuntu afika nganalutho.
It is not working or it is not being utilized because the people who were given that land would take that land and they get there and they have nothing.
Kutholakala ukuthi ne-funding ayikho.
You'd also find that there is no funding.
Kungakho kuthole ama-CPA amaningi njengoba nizwile bahlonipha la abakhulumile emva kwami ukuthi bathize kunezimpi eziningi kuma-CPA.
That's why, as you have heard, honorable members, the speakers before me have stated that there are a lot of problems with CPAs.
Ama-problems lawa adalwa yile ndlala ekhona ngoba i-support ayikho.
The problems are actually created by the hunger that people are experiencing because there is no support.
Ngakho ke iphuzu lokuqala lelo ngilishoyo ukuthi i-bill izoyisupporta ima izokhona ukulungisa lokho.
Therefore, this is my first point that I'm saying that we will support the bill if it seeks to fix that.
Okwesibili bahlonishwa ukuthi
Secondly, honorable members,
umhlaba lona onikelwe kuma-CPA i-title deed ibhalwe ukuthi CPA.
the land that is handed over or given to CPAs, the title deed should then say or should be written CPA.
Yeah, i-title deed ibhalwe ukuthi CPAs ngakho ke ubunikazi balowo ndawo le kuphansi kwe-CPA kufanele kuhlonishwe lokho.
As the title deed is written CPA, that means the ownership of that piece of land is belongs to the CPA, and that should actually be respected.
Ngokomthetho ima i-title deed ibhale ukuthi ngeya leyo CPA kufuze ukuthi konke okwenziwayo kuthinte leyo CPA kuleyo ndawo leyo ukuthi CPA ethize le ndawo sifuna ukwenza lokhu nalokhu.
By law, the CPA that's registered on that title deed, it should always be able to say, with this piece of land, we want to do 1, 2, 3.
Lokho kuzonciphisa ukushayisana phakathi kwama CPA nobukhosi obukhona kuleyo ndawo.
That will reduce the friction between the CPAs and the traditional leadership that would be in that area.
And then okunye kwesithathu ukuthi njoba le bill ithi thuthukisa ukuvikeleka kwendawo zokulima.
Thirdly, as you say, this bill is to preserve and develop agricultural land.
Kudingeka ukuthi umasipalati laba abancedayo kuleyo ndawo leyo bakhulume ne-CPA bangakhulumi nabalimi nge-individual ngoba lokho kubanga ukuthi kungabi nokuhlangana ukuthi indawo ithuthukiswe kahle.
There's a need that the municipalities in those surrounding areas talk to the CPA, not to talk to farmers individually, because that creates friction.
Ya kwenza ukuthi intuthuko ibe kumuntu oyedwa ingabi kumphakathi kuleyo ndawo leyo.
That also creates that you'd find only one person is developing, not the entire community.
Right, okugcina ukuthi bengizothanda ukwazi bahlomitha ukuthi kusele isikhathi esingakanani ukuthi ibhili le iphasiswe. Ngiyabonga.
Lastly, I would like to know how long how much time is left before this bill is actually passed into a law. Thank you.
Thank you.
Angicela ngokubingelela i-department yangakithi, Department of Agriculture.
Let me first greet our department, the Department of Agriculture,
Ngibulise indlu yamakhosi.
and also greet the House of Traditional Leadership.
Igama lami nguDaniel Ntini.
My name is Daniel Ndini.
Ngivela eVictor Khanye local municipality.
I come from
Victor Khanye local municipality.
Victor Khanye local municipality.
Ya, ngu-chairperson wenhlangano multi co-op impendulo.
I'm a chairperson of a multi-co-op called Impendulo.
I-purpose yami ukufika la ukuzocela ku-department ukuthi ngihlangabezana nenkinga kumasipala wangakithi.
My purpose of coming here is to request from the department that I am coming across problems with our municipality.
I'm passionate about agriculture.
I am very passionate about agriculture.
Inkinga ukuthi umasipala wangakithi une shortage of land.
The problem is that our local municipality has a shortage of land.
And nginenkomo esenginazo lapha with my co-op.
Now we have cattle that we own with my co-op.
Asikhona ukuba nenzuzo kuleyo nkomo esinazo ngenxa yokuthi azikho kulezinga lokuthi ungazithengisa emazingeni wokuthengisa aphezulu.
We are unable to make a profit from the cattle that we have because they are not at a standard where you can sell them for a higher price.
Sinamanzi isuwa engenela umfula lo ofuze kube ukuthi inkomo ziphuza amanzi ahlanzekile kodwa sinesuwa plant engenelela umfula loyo.
There's a sewer that runs into the river that is supposed to be used or be the cows or the cattle should be drinking from, but the sewer runs into that river.
Inhloso yenkampani esengisungulile nama co-op wami ukusiza kakhulu when it comes to issue unemployment.
The aim for us to establish this co-op was to assist mainly on the issue of unemployment.
Because Victor Khanye is in a highly rate unemployment.
Because at Victor Khanye we have a high rate of unemployment.
bengingajabulela udepartment uma angazama ukungichasa kube ukuthi ngikhona ukubuyisela okuncane emphakathini wangakithi.
I would be very happy if the departments could actually support me so that I could actually plow back to the community.
Ngisibongela kakhulu ku parliament yakithi.
Thank you to the parliament.
Siyabonga.
Lochane,
Greetings.
Sibongo Manchiana, Philip Igama,
I am Philip Machiane
ngivela Steve Chwete Municipality.
from Steve Tshwete Municipality.
Ihlangano ngijamele ngichairperson weSiyavuka
I'm-
CPA.
I am the chairperson of Siyavuga CPA.
Ngokthoma ngithanda ukusho ukuthi ibill siyayisupporta.
Firstly, I would like to say we support the bill.
Ngibuye ke ngithi uma sisupporta ibill le ngicala izinto zokuthi njengoba ithi iprotector indawo.
While supporting the bill, I'm looking at the point where it says it preserves land.
Manje ke ngiyaqala ukuthi thina indawo yethu kuze kube nje ayika register.
Our land is not registered up to now.
Indawo engasikulu kangako it's 187 hectares.
It's not that big, only 187 hectares.
Sesikhambe wonke ama office ukhuluma iqiniso.
We've been to all offices, honestly speaking.
Sibuya kude from Sthomela Pivot Bank saya Nelspruit solusizo silitholi.
We started here in Wheatbank and ended up in Nelspruit, but we're not getting any help.
And ukhuluma iqiniso we're the first bench nathi sangena kulabo bokuthoma abaclaim. Abanye bakhuluma ngeregistration yama CPA nama nendawo bayitholile. Manje kuvikelwa yipi ngoba thina sinayo.
I'm just surprised and I feel bad that I hear people here, they have been allocated land. Now, which land is being preserved when we have not received land?
Ngilokho ngithi namhlanje obangilapha ngiya support bill.
I support the bill as I've
Akubuye
said,
umhlaba wethu lo nathi
but we also would like to have our land back
sikwazi ukubiza abakwazi ukuhlola umhlabathi ukuthi singatshalani.
and then have experts to come and
Sinabantwana
and
abancane.
examine our soil.
Sinabantwana abancane abangaberekiwo.
We have children who are unemployed.
Very passionate about the agriculture.
Abanekarekwe kulu ngezokulima.
Mara kwenzeka litho man kujanyiwe asiboni ihelebho.
Everything is just stagnant. We're not receiving any assistance.
Bengikhuluma nenye official evekeni yona le
Just this week, I was in conversation with one official
la eVet Bank
here in Wheatbank
ophethe file yethu.
who has our file in their possession.
Ngithi nina niyajabula ngoba akunama
Has who visit your offices.
abazohlola ukuthi apha eSARS ke ngajabula because I saw politicians bangena bacala amafile weminyaka angakathindwa angakenzwa next.
I'm happy that I saw politicians visit SARS and they discovered files that had been lying there for years,
Uyabona-
having not been attended to.
Uyabona department yethu lesi uyabona government yethu esivotelayo
This government that we vote for
iyasifeyila iqiniso.
fails us.
Thina sifuna ukubereka
We want to work,
and then asinikelwe umhlaba wethu.
but we're not being allocated our
And
land.
we are very fortunate ngoba tot nje that land is still vacant.
Kuze kube gadesi indawo leya ayikenziwa litho ihlezi.
It's a vacant. Last year besithi siyayitshala.
We tried to cultivate last year on that land.
The official told us ukuthi uma ungathi ungena lapho then i-government izabe khona.
Isiphathimandla sombuso sathi nasingathoma nje sithi siyasebenza lapho umbuso uphezu kwethu.
Uyabona nje mina bengizitshela ukuthi ngizakuthola uminister mara nokho ngiyanethemba nani.
I thought I was going to see the minister in person. I trust you though.
Please attend indaba yeseBankfontein laphaya. Bankfontein directors, the so-called directors abahlezi kuchingilanga ngiyabuza ukuthi nekuchingilanga vana ufika ukuthi wenzeni wena nofika kwakho. You are
I've-
getting salary.
I've spoken to a number of directors and I asked them, can you really state your day's work for the 1 day because you always get a salary?
Ke thokoze khulu.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are convinced now that
Abantu sabanikela ithuba njenganje sesini.
Sihlalo ngiyabonga
Thank you, Chairperson.
noma mhlambe kunala ngiphuthele khona mangithi akudedelwa abanye abantu.
I don't know if I made a mistake when I asked if we can give other people a chance to speak earlier.
Ngoba kuya ngendlela engiyaziyo ebukhosini.
According to royal protocol,
Inkosi ngakhuluma akusekho umuntu ozokhuluma ngemva kwayo.
no one can speak after Inkosi has spoken.
Kusho ukuthi iyavala.
Inkosi is the last person to speak.
Sihlalo anginako okuningi ngaphansi kwendlu yobukhosi.
There isn't much that I can say when representing the royal house.
Abantu abamakhosi, abantwana bamakhosi bakhulumile.
The subjects of the king have spoken.
Amaphuzu abawavezile indlu yobukhosi nayo inalo should ikutholile lokho mayihamba ngoba indlu yamakhosi sine committee lapha endlini yamakhosi esibiza ukuthi i-Justice and Land Administration Committee.
The royal house aligns themselves with what the subjects of the king have said, because as the royalty move around, they also come across these issues, and there is a council that they have established.
Which is the Committee of Justice and Land Administration Committee.
That is called Justice and Land Administration Committee.
And ama oversights.
That makes oversight
Kuma program wonke angaphakathi kwenkangala akamasipala.
on all programs within Nkangala district and within the municipality
Nama department.
and all departments.
Engizocela kule committee
My request to the committee,
akusi i-department i-committee ebonelela konke okuthulwe ama i-department ya-agriculture ukuthi kuyenzeka emphakathini.
it's not the department, but it's a committee that ensures that all happens
Ngaphansi kwe-department ya-agriculture.
within the Department of Agriculture.
Manje ibhili le
The-
indlu yamakhosi iyayisapota
The House of Traditional Leaders supports this bill,
kodwa ke ibuye futhi icele
but the House of Traditional Leaders has a request to put forward.
ukuthi ayibonelele zonke inkinga ezikhulunywe abantwana bamakhosi njengoba beshilo ukuthi kunenkinga la ngaphandle.
Please attend to all the issues that have been raised by the king's subjects, as they have mentioned about many issues that they experience.
Ngithande amagama akhulunywe umama ovule lo mhlangano.
I was impressed by the message that was put across by the lady who opened here, the first speaker.
Okhulume ngokuthi isizwe sabantu abamnyama
She said to the black nation
njengoba ashilo ukuthi niyawuthola umhlaba
that black people do get land awarded, allocated to them.
ngeshwa
Unfortunately,
uthola ukuthi inhlabathi elekuloo ndawo le awuyazi ukuthi le nhlabathi ilungele siphi isivande engasebenzisa la.
unfortunately, you might find that you may own the land, but you don't know the type of soil that you have, and you don't even know which crops can be cultivated on that land.
Maye kuhle le bill ihambisana nalento umama akhulume ngayo othe uyibize ngegama wathi PDAL, something like that. Engicabanga ukuthi izoletha ulwazi ekufundiseni isizwe esabantu abamnyama ekutheni ukuthi inhlabathi enje ilungele yiphi into ongayitshala lapho.
This bill, PDAL, also speaks to expertise that will be brought to our people, so that people will be educated as to the type of soil, type of crops that they can cultivate on a particular land.
Yes. Ngibuye futhi sihlalo ngithi ubukhosi into ebuyitholile ngaphandle la ukuthi abantu bala emakhaya banazo indawo ezinjengamasimu.
Royalty has also noticed that people do have land where they can cultivate.
Ngeshwa usizo njoba bakhalile bathi usizo from iDepartment of Agriculture abaltholi.
Unfortunately, they can't get help from the Department of Agriculture.
Ukhulumile babungomani.
Miss-
Washo wathi uneminyaka emibili ifamu yakhe uphethe yonke imihlobo yemfuyo lapha kodwa ke akavakashelwa.
Mr. Ngomane mentioned that he has all types of livestock, and for 2 years he has not even received a visit.
Yes. Bashilo abantwana benkosi la ukuthi siyalima.
And the subjects of the king have also mentioned that they do plow, they do cultivate,
Kodwa ke asina market.
but there's no market for their produce.
Kukhulunywe nangenhlangano la iphakeme.
They even mentioned an organization called Pageme.
Indlu yobukhosi ibuzile ku department ukuthi iphakeme land njoba nithi cooperative.
The House of Traditional Leaders did ask that as you talk of Pageme as a cooperative,
Usizo lwayo kulaba abanye abasafufuza abama farmers ala eduze kwayo. Ibanceda ngani?
what is its help to up and coming farmers?
Ngoba iphakeme le kuthathe wonke ama tractors afakwe phezwayo.
Pageme was given all the farming implements like tractors,
Ngoba bathi cooperative.
since it is called a cooperative.
Ngeshwa laba abanye abakwazanga ukufoma ama cooperative ngoba ba owner ama farm each by each farm.
And-
Enzovuselela.
Unfortunately, other people used to own farms as individuals, not as a cooperative. And those land, or that land was leased to them by a former structure that existed during the Gwandebele Authority.
Manje indlu yobukhosi izamile ukungenelela ngokubiza the relevant managers within the Department of Agriculture to come and explain ukuthi kungani iphaphama kuyiyona eninikele yonke equipment but imbuye futhi icharge abanye abalimi abaseceleni ngoba kokuqala isebenzisa ama equipment we department. Ize le department kodwa yona ifuna imali kulaba abanye efani bancede.
The House of Traditional Leaders has approached sitting managers within the Department of Agriculture to ask that why were all the farming infrastructure given to this organization, and in turn, the organization charges people for helping them, and people need fuel and all.
Manje ngalokho sicela ukuthi njenge monitoring committee ezobhekana nalento lezi zonke le inkinga azithathwe njoba zinje kubuye futhi kube nesikhathi la nizovakashela khona ama corporates la akanika inkinga zawo ngokugqoleyo kwazi ukuthi iDepartment of Agriculture is either eMpumalanga ngoba they are different. You can go to Northwest.
The envisaged committee that is going to monitor is expected that it will assist the department and
Basasukuma labantu.
so that it will help to see what is happening within the Department of Agriculture, because that will also assist to see.
Observile as indlu yobukhosi masiloku sihamba.
Another thing that we have experienced as the House of Traditional Leaders as we move around,
Sinama agri hub akhiwayo within the area bathi akhona azowakha azonceda bona laba limi abasafufuzayo ukuthi into bazozikhipha emasimini abo ziye lapho ziyokwazi ukudayiseka lula.
there are agri-hubs that are being established around to assist the up and coming farmers so that they can take their produce to those agri-hubs.
Kodwa ke chairperson ngiyabona sekunyaka it goes to 10 now.
This is the 10th year, it's going to the 10th year.
I-agri hub isakhiwa.
This agri-hub is still being built.
A1 engiyaziyo esethembisile Falbank.
There's one that is within which is in Falbank,
Around Kangala district, within JS Moroka municipality.
within JS Moroka municipality in an area called Falbank.
I namanje isakhiwa soloko yaqalwa iplani lapho inhle yayibona ukuthi bezothuthuka lethu intuthuko emphakathini kodwa ke akukho okubonakalayo lapho.
It is still being built. Plans were approved and all, but there is no progress.
Instead kushintshwa ama contract.
But contracts are being revised all the time.
Yes. Ngibuye futhi ngize sengiyivala la. Kuna lenkinga ekhona futhi chairperson.
There's this also another challenge.
Ezodinga futhi nayo leni ilandelele from the Department of Rural Development and Agriculture.
That needs your attention, and we request that you follow it up from the Department of Rural Development and Agriculture.
Yes. Whereby they cause the conflict within the corporates and the people that have claimed the land, la kuthiwa khona
Babletha irarano hlangana kwamakapros la nabantu abenze isbawo senarha.
whereby we understand ukuthi once you have recognition copy that says yes, we recognize that the land we have claimed,
Lapho uthola ukuthi unencwajana namkha iphetshana elichoko ukuthi siyavuma ukuthi awa usenzile isbawo senarha.
and it really belongs to you.
Sisahubhulula ukuthi ngembala inarha le namkha indawo le ingeyakho na ngokomlando.
Logo chairperson akusho ukuthi ubhengu
That does not mean
automatically kusho ukuthi akayongena eplaza.
that the fact that the whole process is still ongoing, it doesn't give Mr. Bengu a right to now occupy the farm.
I intimidate ama occupants anikwe lease within the farm.
Abese uthusela abantu abanikelwe imvume yokuhlala kwesikhatshana ngeplasini namkha ngendaweni leyo.
Logo kusho ukuthi ama department amabili awakhulumi.
This means there is no communication between the two departments.
Manje besicela ukuthi njenge committee le ake niyoyibheka nayo lento ukuthi kuliwe lapha efarming because of there's a person who was given a lease and there's a person who was been promised ukuthi okay, we are still investigating indaba ye claim yakho. So while we are saying signia lencwadi ukusikhombisa ukuthi sibhekile lento, lencwadi ayisho ukuthi ubuyele eplazini yothusela abantu batshela ukuthi iplaza la ngoba khona manje kunezimpi lapha kukhonjwana ngebhamu. Omunye useplazini omunye uyakhishwa ufuna ukuthi angene ngenkani ngoba iplaza olclaimile.
We'll appreciate that the committee looks into this because there is a problem. Somebody has a lease to stay on the farm while the next person was given a paper that recognizes their claim. Now the person who has received the recognition or receipt then decides to go and intimidate. It has gone so bad that people are even using guns intimidating others.
Ngaloko chairperson ngizama ukubonga ukuthi siyindlu yamakhosi.
I want to thank you, Chair.
Nengonyama zombili, ingonyama umakhosi wonke wesibili nomabhoko wesithathu.
We want to thank you, Chairperson, that both houses of traditional leaders, Umakosoke as well as Umabhoko Westatu,
Which are the kings?
which are the Abamakosi,
The kings. Abayizingonyama.
which are the kings.
Bazothola umlayezo lona ngicabanga ukuthi nabayesupporta mangabe only lamaphuzu engiwabekile azo addresseka kakhulu ukuthi abantu abamakhosi bangahluphe ngendlela abahlupheka ngakho ngoba i-Department of Agriculture fanele ibonakale njengoba uba kungoma nashilo ukuthi iyacollapse. Ayicollapse ngoba ama-official awafuna ukusebenza.
I believe that both kings will support this process as long as it is done accordingly. As Mr. Ngonyama has said that even the Department of Agriculture is collapsing.
Which means it needs ifuna amandla ukuthi le committee igqugquzele i-Department of Agriculture ukuthi within the provinces let them be the same. Afana no department ngoba mawubheka i-Northwest ukuthi i-Northwest iney'nhlangano ezibhekane nabalimi and abanankinga bayalima banemfuyo yonke into yahamba kahle. Ma ubuya kwamanye uya eLimpopo uya kwezinye indawo kuyathuthukela.
You must notice, we would love to see uniformity. For example, Northwest is developing very well. You go to Limpopo, it's the same Department of Agriculture, but you see that there is a difference.
Yes, Mpumalanga ma uyibheka ithuthuka ehlangothi elilodwa.
Mpumalanga progresses on one part only.
Yes, manje ngaloko ngicela ukubuyela phansi sizobona ngokuphumela kwebhili ukuthi isizwe kuyaphi kodwa ngithembela kini ngekomiti ukuthi lokho nizokwenza isizwe samakhosi angeke sazwakala ngicela ukuthi esikhathini ezayo mani nesikhathi unyaka ozayo lo nyaka lo adibe nesikhathi ngoba asifinyelelanga wonke umuntu la sinamakhosi awela ngaphansi kweJS Morocco nawadinga same information enjengalesi idinga.
We are happy that you came, and unfortunately, we didn't reach all the parts of the district municipality. We still have other amakosi, which would have been good if they were also reached. Thank you. Please applaud for the royalty.
Thank you very much. Also, kono munye.
Ukhona.
Angif?
Yes.
Lochani.
Oh.
Lochani.
Greetings to the house.
Chairperson, sithokoza ilokhoza ithuba osinike NCOP. Izokuhlala. Thande nokuthi ngalesi sikhathi ngilotshise undaba ezitha uMakerana. Ngithi bayede.
May I also take this opportunity to greet Ndabezita Makerana Bayete.
Ngithokoze futhi ngithathe naleli thuba lokuthi ngilotshise undabezitha umgibe. Ngithi bayede.
I'm also extending my greetings to Ndabezita Mgibe Bayete.
Chairperson, kunomuntu ohlakaniphile owathi uma ngabe khuluma wathi umhlaba is the basis of independence.
There's one person, one wise person, chairperson once says, the land is the basis of independence.
He said the Cuban Revolution was about land.
What here now, ye Cuba, yaimalungana nenaga.
He said the French Revolution was about land.
What here now, umbango nomzabalazo we France, waumalungana nenaga.
And we are happy ukuthi we are talking land here.
Siyathokoza ukuthi namhlanje silapha nje sizokhuluma ngayo yona inaga esihlanganise lapha.
Because we are a product of land.
Ngombana kwasathina simkhiqizo wayo inaga.
We are here, Chairperson, to say we support the agricultural land bill.
Size lapha sihlalo ukuzokuzwakalisa bona nathi ehlangothini lethu siyawamukela begodu siyawusekela lo mthetho mlingwa wezokulima.
We will even make written submissions uma ngabe kunesidingo.
Kunjalo nje sihlalo sizabe besenze nesiphakamiso esihloliweko nangabe ifuneko yokwenza njalo ikhona.
Ngithatha ilokhoza lesisikhathi Chairperson ukuthi ngithokoze ithuba eliningi sinikeze solona kodwana kunento A1 that we are requesting from the NCOP.
There's also one thing, Chairperson, that I would like to request from the NCOP.
We have the east demarcation of traditional council areas.
Sinomraro lapha ngendaba yokusiwa kwendawo zabaholi bendabuko.
That is a disaster waiting to happen, Chairperson, if we don't address it now.
Indaba leyo, indaba yokungasiwa ngefane.
On that particular issue, Chairperson. Chairperson, lona ngu Benjamin wakamabhena.
My name is Benjamin Mapena.
Ngivela lokhoza ku Makerana Traditional Council.
I'm from Makerana Traditional Council.
Ngiyathokoza, Chairperson.
Thank you so much.
Siyabonga.
Thank you very much.
Sekune information yokuthi kuno nkosi wamakhoisan lapha eMpumalanga anazu.
That states that there's a traditional leader for Khoisan. Let us also give him the opportunity to express his views.
Michael.
It's on. Just go closer.
And the committee I also want to greet. My name is Rian Masder. I am, like we know, in our language, we say the Kalahari Bushman.
Igama lami ke nguRian Musa. As you know, that in the San language, we say.
Kalahari Bushman.
Come again?
Kalahari Bushman.
Oh, Kalahari Bushman.
A very proud one, thank you. I just want to make a statement that it is very difficult for us. If you look in this world today, you see there's no representatives of us.
Ngifuna ukwenza istatement namhlanje ukuthi uma ungabheka kule holo akekho umuntu osimele thina.
The reason is not that our people are ignorant or they don't have interest.
Isizathu ke akusho ukuthi abantu bethu abanalo ulwazi noma abanaso isifiso sokubamba iqhaza lapha.
The only thing what happened,
le information ayifike ebantwini bethu.
myself, I found it very difficult because I went several times to different offices.
Mina ngokwami ke ngithole kunzima nami ukuthi ngithole le information kodwa ke ngiye emahhovisi amaningi.
After that, I will receive one email and then after that it become quiet.
Emva kwaloko ke ngathola nje i-email eyodwa kwase kuyathula.
It is very frustrating because it shows that discrimination is real.
Lokhu ke kubhlungu ngoba kukhombisa ukuthi ubandlululo lukhona.
I personally went to the Department of Agriculture.
Mina ngokwami ngiziyele eminyangweni wezolimo
On several occasions
kaningana nje
to make some inquiries concerning land available.
ngiyofuna phela ukuthi izinto zime kanjani.
When I reached there, they sent me from one person to the next one, and the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one.
Ngithe mangifika la lapho bangisusa kulo bangisa kulo bangisusa kulo bangisa kulo.
Eventually, they will tell me that they can't assist me. I must first, or the people must first go and attend the programs.
Ekugcineni ke bangitshela ukuthi mina ngikwazi uya lapho kufanele ngiqale ngihlanganise abantu bami ukuze sizoya lapho.
But in order to attend the programs, you need to receive invitation, or you must be alert about these programs.
Kodwa ke ukuze umuntu phela alandele lo hlelo kufanele aqale athole isimemo ukuze azokwazi ke ukuthi kwenzekelana emva kwaloko.
It never happened.
Azange kwenzeke lokho.
The only thing what happened is afterwards, you will, when I pass by the offices, I will then see that the advertising of land, and that is already long expired.
Into nje yenzakalayo ukuze uthola ukuthi kuba khona ke lapho ku-advertisewa udaba lomhlaba bese ke lokho kufikela kugcina sekuphelelwa isikhathi.
I have a humble request to the committee
Nginesicelo ke kule committee
to please allow or make for us a door available in order to move forward.
ukuze phela nathi nesizamele ukuthi sibe nomnyango esizonqonqoza kuwo uma ngabe nifuna ukuthi sihambisane kanye nani.
I thank you.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you very much.
Ngibonga kakhulu.
Now that we have completed the list of speakers,
Manje ke ngenxa ukuthi ke uhlu lwethu lezikhulumi sesiluphothulile.
can you do me a favor
Bengicela nje ningenzele ifavor
by clapping your hands for yourselves for this participation?
ngokuthi nizishayele izandla nina ngokwenu.
This parliament, this committee of parliament,
Le committee le parliamente
were listening carefully politically.
belinlalele ngendlela ke enzulu ngekwezo politiki.
We are going with people on the other side who are listening technically.
Sihamba ke nabantu abanilalele technically abavela emnyangweni.
So there's nothing that's going to be lost here.
Ayikho ke neyodwa into enishilo la ezolahleka.
So I thank everyone for having come to this gathering.
Ngithanda ke ukunibonga nonke ngokuthi nize kulomhlangano.
For all, first of all, thank you for coming to this meeting.
Ukuqala nje ngithanda ukunibonga ngokuthi nize kulomhlangano.
And we thank you for participation.
Okwesibili ke nginibonga ngokuthi nibambe iqhaza.
Participation then here was in various ways.
Ukubamba iqhaza ke lana kuvele ngezindlela ezahlukahlukene.
Speaking was a participation.
Ukukhuluma nako bekukubamba iqhaza.
And listening was a participation.
Nokulalela nje noma ungakhulumi ukubamba iqhaza.
Because all of us here, we came here and we'll come out different because we are informed.
Ngoba ke sonke njoba sila sizophuma sesihlukile ngenxa ukuthi ke sosithole ulwazi.
The problem that I'm going to have with this committee
inkinga nje ngizoba nayo ngale committee
is that they are going to say to me, remember, there was that person who said ABCD. What has happened?
Ukuthi bazothi khumbula ukuthi kukhona umuntu othe into ethize.
And the officials from the department have even more problem than me in this case.
Ikhuluke zasemnyangweni zona zinenkinga ukudlula mina kule insuku zamanje.
Because it is this same committee who is going to want answers from them.
Ngenxa ukuthi yilo le committee elizobe lifuna impendulo kubo.
Then fortunately for you, then your issues are known by this committee as well as by the department.
Ngenhlanhla ke nina inkinga zenu sezaziwa ke yile committee kanye nomnyango.
Now you should know then further from now that all your inputs are going to be brought together and be taken to be discussed by the committee.
Fanele nazi ke ukuthi kusukela manje konke lekonekushile ukuzothathwa yilo le committee lekuhlanganise.
When the committee has processed this bill, they are going to take it to the National Assembly of the Parliament.
Uzothi ke uma ngabe I-committee selibukisisile le bill bese liyayithatha ke lisa ku National Assembly.
When the National Assembly has completed and satisfied it, they are going to take it to the National Council of Provinces.
Uzothi ke uma ngabe I-National Assembly isinelisekile ngalomthethosivivinyo
that we have not been has not been attended to, they will bring back and say to us, no, you didn't listen to the traditional leaders, you didn't listen to this, but they will make sure that every corner is closed.
Uma ngabe khona mhlambe sekushili NCOP izobuyisa futhi back le bill isho ukuthi cha la abaholi bendabuko bathe kodwa thina sikuboni la abantu bathe thina sikuboni la phinde futhi ke sikulungise lokho.
It is only then that the bill will be taken to the president to sign it as law.
Ileso sikhathi ke lapho ke
Lo mthethosivivinywa uzothatha umikiswe kumongameli, umongameli ke bese uyawusayina uba umthetho.
What is natural then is that when we have come together and interacted with people like this, your ideas and thinking get provoked and you further have more ideas.
Okuvamiseke ukwenzeka ukuthi uma sihlangene singabantu, uma umuntu aveza umbono, uhlokoloza omunye ukuthi nomunye avele nomunye umbono, bese ke lenkulumo igcina ingasapheli iloku iphekeka iguquguquka.
That is why there is still time for everyone when it is necessary to write and forward all the inputs that you think that they can be taken into this bill to this technical team of parliament.
Ingako ke abanye benu mhlambe bazothi umuntu afike ekhaya aphinde ezwe enenye intshisekelo athi cha mina khona engikushiyile. Uma ngabe uzwa ukuthi kukhona okushiyile kuvukwa ulolo gqozi lokuthi ufuna ukukhuluma into ethize bhala ubhalele khona eParliament.
That is why I was saying their emails and their numbers are not private. They are
Ingako
public.
ngithe inombolo zalaba ababhalayo aziyona imfihlo nama email abo akayona imfihlo.
With this information that has been given, is therefore important that we'll believe that the product, the law will be a product of having interacted with you as members of the society.
Siyacabanga ke ukuthi mhlazane lo mthetho sivivinyo uba umthetho kuyobe kuumthetho omuhle lapho wonke umuntu abe negalelo kuwona ngalesikhathi wenziwa. Ngenxa ukuthi njengoba sikhuluma nje sihlangene abanye benu abazi ukuthi sakha umthetho manje nani ningxenye kwakha lo mthetho.
In whatever language you manage to do that, it will be understood in parliament.
Noma ke lokho kwenze ngaluphi ulimi eParliament siyaluzwa thina lolo limi.
Therefore, I am thanking you on behalf of this committee.
Manje ke egameni lale committee ngiyanibonga.
There is now the situation of the meals that we are going to have.
Manje ke sekuyileso sikhathi sokuhleplelana inhloko yentethe.
It has been noted that the number of attendance was more than expected.
Niyazibona nani ukuthi nibaningi kangakanani ngakho ke njengoba ke siye ohleplelana lenhloko yentethe asizameni ukuthi sihle.
Which is appreciated, but because that says a lot about you participating in your parliament.
Siyakubonga kakhulu lokho nje kukhombisa indlela yethu yokubonga ngokuthi nibambe iqhaza.
Therefore, when it comes to the meals, the officials and ourselves will hold until everyone else has been served.
Manje ke ikhulu zona yizona ezizonika ukudla thina sizokuthola emva kokuba nina sendlile.
Another thing that I'll also ask is that when you go to the meals, you will consider the elders, the people with a disability, and your traditional leaders.
Esicelayo ukuthi ke uma ngabe sekuyisikhathi ke sokuthi nokwamukela ukudla sicela ukuthi ke sicabangele abantu abadala sicabangele laba abaphila nokukhubazeka kanye nobukhosi.
Then we are coming to the close of this section.
Sesifike esigabeni sokuvala lo mhlangano.
I am thinking now that one volunteer is going to give us a closing prayer.
Ngiyacabanga ukuthi ke ukhona la phakathi kwenu ongazinikela asivalele ngomthandazo.
And that volunteer is going to come up from the women.
Loyo ke ozozinikela sicela ukuthi ke abe owesimame.
I can see that they are looking at each other, they are going to communicate.
Ngiyabona ke ukuthi basakhethana uzawuvela loyo.
I do have information that most of the time men sometimes were fighting wars, working on the farms, working on the mines, and did not have enough time to interact with God.
ngiyazi ukuthi abobaba esikhathini esiningi abanaso isikhathi sokuxhumana noNkulunkulu ngoba bona basebenza ezimayini basebenza emaplazini.
Therefore, let us give our ladies their responsibility.
Ngaloko ke asinikeni omame umsebenzi wabo.
Singasukuma ke sibonke.
Ke a leboga. Ke tlo kopa re rapele only one verse and then be se re rapela. Re ya ho boka morena re ntse re thabela wena re sa phela ha monate ka pabalo ya hao ntate. Amen. Modimo ntate yo matlotle ra leboga senatla sa bophelo. Re leboga gore kuka mahaeng a rona a fapafapaneng senatla wa re kuka fitlhella mo parlamente a rona e leng teng dikhosi tsa rona di-official tsa rona re le balemisi mongadi a o loka o itse ditletlobo tsa rona. Re kopa wena gore parlamente he tlile fa re nahana re bothata ba rona ba tla rarabologa re le difamara morena modumaka e re he re tswa mo tsamaile rona o re etelle pele botlhe o re shireletse o fitlha malapeng a rena a bolokoseileng morena modumaka re ba balle ka mabitso a hao a mararo la ntate le la morwa le la mohallang. Amen.
Siyabonga.